What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today's project is um, trying to clear 37s. Um, so today is Sunday. I just got these on, and then me and my wife, we hit a trail. We hit Hurricane Creek. I'll show that video at the end of this one. We didn't get that much footage, and that trail's not that hard, but I clearanced as much as I could, or thought that I needed the clearance, and then we hit the trail, and I was still rubbing. So today, I'm gonna do more clearance. So if you guys didn't know, this is 4runner. It's a 4th gen 4runner. It's a 2006. It's a V8. So 37s, it pulls just fine. I'm still stock gearing, so 373, but it's fine. I have plenty of power to turn the big tires. 4runner is not completely stock. It does have full exhaust. So I'm running the Doug Thoroughly shorties, and it's a TRD catback out of I think it was an FJ Cruiser. So it's 2.5 inch all the way back. But yeah, plenty of power to turn 37s. I didn't have no issue with that on the highway anyway. On the off-roading and for low, the low gear is not low enough in my opinion. So re-gearing will be in the future, but as right now, she does just fine on the trail. But so what I did was I pound this in a little bit more. You do have to pound it just to clear 35s, but I pound it a little bit more. And then the bottom mount, let me grab a light for you guys. I ground down the bottom mount as much as I could. It's literally touching the rubber. Show you guys that. So it's all the way down to the rubber. It still rubs on the bottom mount just a little bit. So even if I go like a body mount relocation kit, it's not gonna help, because the bushing itself, or the rubber oscillator, I guess you call it, that doesn't move on a relocation. You just move it where it is welded to the frame. That's really where you move it. But I'm rubbing right there at the bushing, so a relocation won't benefit me. Let's see. And I trimmed this back. This is I guess just all plastic. And then this fender support, or fender flare support, I did end up cutting it back. And then up here, I cut it back a little bit more on the bumper. And then the rear, I cut this back. It still looks goofy because it needs to get squeezed back together and then welded. And then as far as the door goes, I had to trim the plastic, and in the door jamb, I had to cut back just a little bit right there. This is just a pinch weld, where it's just pinch weld together. I still got room there to trim back and then weld it back together eventually in the future. But yeah, so it's rubbing here on the door. This is also a pinch weld. So it's rubbing right here. You can see a little bit of rust, because I just washed it, so a little rust from that, surface rust. So I gotta trim that back a little bit. It's, like I said, it's just a pinch weld, so it should be all right. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so the parts that are rubbing, I'm gonna massage those as right now, and then I'm gonna take the suspension all the way off, like the front strut or front coilover. Technically, it's coilover on this. Take the coilovers off up front, so I can go through the whole suspension travel, put it on the bump stop, and then see where it's rubbing. Yeah, I can, that'll tell me where else that I need to massage. And then same thing for the rear. I'm gonna take the shock and the spring out in the rear, and then go full compress and see where I need to cut. So it's gonna be a lot of work. This video might be a little long, but I'm gonna cut out as much as I can to make it still make sense. But overall, this is kind of like the video how to clear 35s, or how I clear, how to clear 37s. or how I clear 37s on 4runner. So let's get to it. All right, so I got the coilovers off on both sides. It's not full turn, but it's close to it. There's no way I'm gonna clear the cab or the body. So issue, it's gonna hit right here. At full lock, it's gonna hit right. Well, not even full lock, not quite there. I say a little bit past 3/4 turn. It's gonna hit right there, and then like how it is right now, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit right there. So I don't know. I don't think that's kind of on the extreme side, because right now coilovers are out, is on the bump stop, and the sway bar disconnected. So this is at full flex basically. So it's not gonna clear. Guess I'm gonna have to keep the sway bars on, so it doesn't, I don't get full compression. So the only way I'm gonna hit the bump stop out front with the sway bar on is if I jump the truck, which I don't plan to. It's pretty rough jumping it, and with all the stuff I carry in the back, it's pretty rough. So with the sway bar on, I think it shouldn't have an issue. But yeah, the front is always the hardest to do the clear, because the front turns. The back, it just goes up and down. And since then, where did I do the light? Here. Since then, I pounded the cabin a little bit more right here. Around right here, I pounded it in a little bit more, so it has more clearance there. It shouldn't hit anymore, because I can't pound it anymore. Any farther back, the body mount is gonna be in the way, so there's no sense to keep pounding it deeper in. But that's it. I have to clearance up there on the plastic fender. Have to clearance that a little bit more, just so there's no chance of it rubbing. But this side is clearanced a little bit more than the other side. So yeah. Any more than this, I'm gonna have to start doing sheet metal, where I cut it, cut the metal off and then fill it back in with sheet metal. And I don't want to quite do that yet. So yeah, I'm gonna check the driver's side and then end up putting the front back together and move on to the rear. But so far, I mean, it's not too bad fitting 37s. And this is for off-roading only. If you're on the street as is, like, it clears just fine. Turning on the streets and stuff is fine. It's just, I'm just worried about when we articulate. When I flex it out, it's gonna be a lot of rubbing, and it just sounds like crap. So I don't want to deal with that. And that's why I'm doing clearance. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little break and put the front back together and move on to the rear. Yeah, this is what I meant right here. I can't pound that. I mean, that's where it's mostly hitting, and also is on the body mount on the rubber right there. So yeah, that's kind of the issue. Is that it's on the bushing, so I can't clearance the body mount. The only way to clear that anymore is to cut the body mount off completely and not run that one, which I don't want to do that, because that supports a lot of the cab. Because the one up by the radiator right here, that one is small, and that's not going to be enough. And like I was saying about the body mount relocation, this piece, it stays there. What the relocation does, this bracket right here, it just moves it back. But it moves back and it comes back around and reuses the bushing. So that's why I see that's being pointless, those relocation kit. You're just doing a lot of work, and you don't actually move the bushing, so, or where the body mount bolts down to, so it doesn't do anything. At least not for the 4runner. And any farther than that, let's say if I clear that, when I'm full flex and turn, I rub right here on the frame too. So, part of the problem is that I'm running wheel spacers to push the OEM wheel out. So in a way, this is like the maximum potential you can go, or I can go with the OEM wheels. So with the wheel spacer, it pushes the tire out farther, so the swing on the tires when you're turning is is steeper, I guess you can call it, than not running a spacer. So, and I have to run the spacer, otherwise I'll rub my control arm, because there's not enough offset in the wheels. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. There's no sense to working up front a little bit more anymore, other than trimming the plastic up top, which even then I don't think that's worth it, because I have more issues somewhere else. So maybe, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it and then come back and get more turn radius out of the front when I get aftermarket wheels, if I ever go that route. So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna put it back together now. All right, so that pinch weld right there, I hit it in, so I folded it in onto itself. And then here at the door, same thing, just fold it into itself. Right here, I cut little slits in it, so it makes it easier to fold in. So the door seal, it seals up here, so I'm still good on that. So this side is done, and then the driver's side I'm working on. So that's how it looks like before I fold it in. Same thing over here. So how I found the easiest way is to pull this one outward and then put this one inward and then fold them in together. So kind of like this. It's hard to do this with one hand. But you get that idea. I'm gonna beat it in and come back. Just like that, beat it in. So it's flush, or flush enough. Kind of looks like crap right now because of paint chip, but that's okay. I'm coming back and I'm gonna be undercoating all the places where I've been beating with a hammer. So next is the door. So this is how it looks like before. All right, well, that's the door. And I did here too. So they're pretty much flush or level with each other. But yeah, the things we do to clear bigger tires. Like I said, this is required if you actually off-road. If you stay on the pavement, you're just a pavement princess, so you don't have to do all this work. Because it's easy to clear tires when you're not using the full suspension trouble. So if you guys didn't know, the front The front is considered mid-travel, so it's a Dobson IMS mid-travel. And then the rear is the Dobson IMS long travel in the rear. I think it was an 8-inch travel in the rear, so it's, it flex a good bit in the back. But I think that's it. There's really nothing much else to show you guys until we go off-roading and see if I still rub or not, because I can only flex it so much here in the garage and here at home. I got some rocks out back where I can flex on, but I don't have a big hole to drop a tire in and then a rock to pick a tire up, so I can't get the full flex out of it. But yeah, it's really, I can only do so much. So in case you're wondering, this is how I mount my high lift jack. Right here is where the spare tire used to sit. I cut the cross member off for the spare tire, and then I mount my high lift there. I utilize one of the tow hitch. This is one of the bolt hole, so I use that. I just put a bolt there to hold it up, and then this wedge up there, and then I use the ratchet strap just to stop it from being able to shift. So that's really just so it doesn't shift. But with this bolt here, the high lift can't drop out. It's not possible. So unless the bolt back off or something, I won't lose the high lift. So essentially, if I ever need it, just one bolt, one socket, one wrench. For me, it's a 13 mil. Use that, take that bolt out, and then undo the ratchet strap, and then the high lift drops. So I think that's it for this video. Because from here, I'm just going to put everything back together. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys again next time.